Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, going to be a Patreon cast for those of you who support me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month. It's going to be Queen and Minnie here on Heartbreak Ridge, a map played a lot by foreign players. I don't think I've cast many matches on this map with Koreans, but hey, here we are. Left side, it's going to be Queen, our brown-zerg player, and on the right side, it is Minnie. Again, this is going to be a Patreon cast. For those of you who support me at patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month, if you're watching this the week of December the 1st, thank you so much for supporting me out there for as little as 60 cents a month. I really do appreciate it. And if you're watching this in December 2023 late or January 2024, holy smokes, 2024 is just around the corner. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm here 6 times a week with Brood War content. StarCraft Remastered. Is anything better than this? I do not know. Alright, so Terry the Overlord moving out. We've got PD the Probe here, scouting out. It's a 2-player map, and it is an overpool opening timing here from Queen. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a forge, right? As soon as Minnie sees this overpool. Yep, there we go. There's a pool on the way. You can start the forge anytime that you want here. Are we gonna go Nexus first against an overpool opening? No. There we go. It's like you waited until you had 400 minerals before you started getting up there to build a forge. Trying to fake me out. And forge expand, 400 minerals. There we go. And a cannon. All right, cool. So, looks like Probe was blocking the attempt to get a second base down here. So, second base is down here at the third, which is not that big of a problem, really. Queen is not going to have an issue with that. That's not going to cause any hardship upon him later on in the game. But we'll see. We'll see if having a third base here is a problem. What it also does, having the third base here allows you to watch this back door, which you've watched a game on Heartbreak Ridge before. You know what that is. Not a worry at all. Gateway coming in from Minnie. And again, Minnie, my gosh, probably the best Protoss player in the world right now. He is kicking butt. He has taken names. He took second place in the most recent ASL, and his ability to harass while macroing behind it, while transitioning, while dropping, while just doing everything. His pressure is insanely good, and he doesn't slip up back home while he does it either. So it's crazy. All right, well, what do we got here? Well, getting that gas now, starting at about 3:15. Gonna get that gas, probably gonna go up for a lair. We'll see if Mutalisks play into this or not, because you know how much Falcon loves Mutalisks in this matchup. If by some weird happenstance the Protoss player does not go for a Stargate, well, sure, I'm okay with Mutas in that case, but in the fact, and in the possible reality and the probable reality where it is a Stargate opening with Corsairs, probably with +1 getting researched, then I do not like the Mutas. It can work, yes, it can work. But the number of times I've seen a Mutalisk opening get a ton of damage against someone with 5 or 6 Corsairs that has +1 attack is not good. Not good. And it's a Hydra Den. Look at that! I saw that. I don't know. My brain was thinking I was ranting about making Mutalisks, and Queen was like, nah, screw that, man. I'm just going to make Hydras instead. Try to get some Hydra pressure in. And it's a Citadel opening. Oh, the Overlord scouted it too. Quick, go for a Spire. It's a Citadel opening. You can do it. This is fantastic. I just look. You know about the Citadel of Adun. You're going to try to Hydra pressure the front door here, and it's going to be okay for a minute, and then guess what? Speedlots are going to show up, Storm's going to show up, and your Hydra's going to be like, ah, yes, of course, we shall take our leave. and then they have to go. And yeah, you can probably win from that point with Hydras and Lurkers if you're good, if you're lucky, but my gosh, it is not easy. Not easy at all. Oh, this little group. This is Nufflings. Goodbye. Oh, this is pretty nice. Wow. Pretty much a fought to a standstill there. One Ling remains. Is it even possible for a Zealot and a Ling to both get the last hit off on each other and they both die simultaneously? I don't know. Anywho, more cannons coming up. He has a bit of time, as I inferred previously, before Zealot Legacies are done, before Storm is done, and by that I mean he hasn't even started his Templar Archives yet, which I'm concerned about from a Protoss perspective. Hydras are working on that range upgrade. Can't really pick at this until that range is done. This is just like Dragoons and Bunkers in PvT, which maybe some of you guys don't watch. Maybe some of you guys are like, I just like PvZ. PvT is for lamos. But I mean, I cast them. They're fun. They're Falcon Paladin entertainment. So check them out, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so this gate is going to die. And there we go. Templar Archives firing in. Forge dying while it's working on this +1 attack would be really bad. But only one Hydra's attacking it, so I think it's going to be just fine. Yeah, these Hydras are not interested in busting in here. These Zealots have leg upgrades. Their +1 attack's almost done, as previously mentioned. And ka-chow. +1 is now done. Don't lose a Hydra. Okay. And now the Zealot legs. And their +1 is enough to chase the Hydralisks away. Ouch, that did not go as well for the Zealots as they wanted it to. Ooh, DTs. What? Templar Archives finishes up. And Minnie says, you know what this game needs is Dark Templar. I mean, I'm never going to say no to DTs, but what the heck is going on here? And finally, Aspire gets started. Queen's like, you're not really making Corsairs, are you? Huh. Well, all right. Some Zealots do wander into the third base. One sunk in a deal with 3 Zealots is really not that big of a deal. So they just poked in to see what was going on and said, you do adequately defend this third base. Well done. No complaints. Oh, and a Maelstrom. This is an RJB replay. You probably guessed that. Most of the replays I cast are provided to me by RJB over Discord. If you want to join the Discord server, it's a fun place to be. You can hang out, talk about StarCraft, talk about TV shows and movies and video games you're playing and all sorts of great stuff. If there's not a link in the description to the Discord server, let me know, and I'll add one. But anyway, RJB sent this replay to me. Check them out, youtube.com/@RJB_TV, because it has Maelstrom. That's why he loves it. That's why he sent it. That's why it is, recommended and sent in. I believe he DEFCON 1'd this, to be honest, so we'll see if it lives up to that, but honestly, Maelstrom just means you should cast it because it doesn't happen very much. Okay, there we go. There are the Mutas. And like I said, if it's not Corsairs, I'd kill your own cannon to get the fat Archon out of there. If you're not going up against Corsairs, then the Mutas are way better. Way better at flying over the group and picking off High Templar. They're so squishy. They're not fast. They can't run away. The Mutas will kill them. Lurker aspect on the way from the Zerg 3 base in it. So, how the heck did this Zealot get all the way in here? He ran. That's what he did. Now he's going to get behind the mineral line, and yeah, he's not going to get surrounded. Well, he's dead. He didn't get fully surrounded at all. Forge sniped. That +1 armor upgrade. No, trading for 2 Hydras. Fair trades. Denying an upgrade is massive. Way to go, Idaho. That was super, super great. Singularity charge upgrade for the Dragoons. He can smell the Lurker timing. He knows the Lurkers are coming, and he says, no. I will have Dragoon range to deal with those Lurkers, at least until Dark Swarm comes up, and Queen is a Zerg player that will get Dark Swarm. Throwing up a 4th base, interestingly enough, here. Sometimes the 4th base is over here, but it's kind of hard to deal with drops from the Protoss main base because it's right next door. So Zerg player just being a little circumspect, a little bit careful down here, trying to get a 4th base up. These Zealots and this Archon and the Mutas are flying around. Just picking off Dragoons, kind of. Ow, baiting Storms out. They're like, you know what? Try to storm me. I can dodge Storms a lot easier than Hydras can. Yeah, Probe's getting snippety sniped here. This is great. This is why most Protoss players open with a Stargate, because Mutas are super annoying to try to handle if you don't have Corsairs at all, and he doesn't. So, let's see. Oh, he's trying to find the Hydras. He's not really watching out for this base, but maybe he should be. Lings not jumping in. Storm! I don't know if that High Templar died to Storm or to the Lings, but either way, it's dead. Regardless. Mutas aren't going to force a cancel on this 3rd Nexus, are they? They could get closer. They had a couple more hits left in them. Dragoons in the mineral line with cannons to deal with these Mutas. Oh, he darts back in, but Mini keeping defense over here. Yeah. Mini's been on the defense for a while now, and that is because of these Mutalisks. Almost entirely because of these Mutas. It's crazy. They're going to get Maelstrommed? No, staying away from that Dark Archon. Get out of there, Mutalisks. And now a ton of Lurker Hydras coming in. I don't know if there's enough defense. Oh, boy. Well, Storm and Dragoons against this Lurker Hydra stuff. Going to have to be the answer here. Unburrow the Lurkers, bring them back in, fall back to the 3rd base. Says Mini, there is your Maelstrom. There is your screenshot. Just staring on in, storming the... beautiful combination. The Swarm getting taken down by a Maelstrom Storm combination. One of the greatest things. Trying to pick off Lurkers. But are there no obs? Oh, gosh, that seems like a massive problem here for Mini. He's making an observatory. It doesn't take that long to make, but... oh, he's doing a great job picking them off as they unburrow to try to get closer here. If they were any closer... okay, that's not true. They're a little bit closer. They're still not a problem. If they were this much closer, they'd be a massive problem. High Templar coming in. He knows where the Lurkers are. He's going to storm them real nice. And by that, I mean... he should? He's going to wait until they unburrow and then storm them? I don't know. This is 4 base in it. This could be a win, honestly, for Queen if he can get this 3rd base down. Hydra is trying to snipe down the Dark Archon. No. And there's a 2nd Maelstrom. Woo! On Lurkers. Weird stuff, man. And this gets completely cleaned up. Mini says, no. How about you not kill my 3rd base? How does that sound, friendo? And the answer is, I'm going to come back and lose 2 Lurkers for almost nothing. Ah, Mini, what a absolutely boss-like hold there, sir. Whoo-wee. Okay, well, the good news for Queen is he's got this 4th base, and he's probably going to take a 5th base down here, and Mini's on 3 bases. The math is favoring the Zerg at the moment. Hive on the way from our guy Queen. Just working on further upgrades across the board here. Now that obs are out, Lurkers are not much of a problem. Is this drops? No. Drops getting researched would be good. This is a good map for drops. There's a lot of dead airspace inside the main base. You can unload without being seen too easily by the enemy. All right. I guess there might have been a Zealot down here blocking this. But either way, Hydras deal with them. And bam. 5th base at 14 minutes. Liking this. But, I mean, the counterattack, this is really strong stuff out of Mini. He's up 170 to 126 supply. The only way you can really survive this is with Dark Swarm and Plague. Preferably both. And we're pretty far away from that if you're Queen, right? There is. A Hive is done. Defiler's Mound needs to get started as soon as possible. But he goes for Adrenal instead of a Defiler Mound. Still not throwing on a Defiler Mound down. He's like, I don't have time. No, he does. He has time to make a Defiler Mound. Okay, well, here comes the battle. Maelstrom down the right side again. No Storm follow-up. There it is. Boy, you can... That Maelstrom lasts long enough and Storm kills Hydras fast enough that you really don't have to hit it immediately with the Storm. You can wait a couple seconds and then Storm him down. The good news for Queen is that this 4th base is alive and this 5th base is also alive. And I'm not sure that Mini knows about it. Ooh, Mini trying to expand up this top left for a 4th, but Overlord sees it immediately. So now Mini's job is to keep as much pressure on the Zerg player as he can. Right? You gotta pressure. Ooh, Lurker's high ground, really good. Because if the Zerg player has enough time and inclination, he wanders up here and wipes this out. Consumes on the way. And marching down. Mini knows he's on a timer. He knows, but these are Adrenalings with 0/0 upgrades. 2 and upgrades on these Dragoons, man. They don't like fighting Adrenalings, but if you have to fight them, at least do it with 2 and upgrades when the Lings don't have any attack or armor upgrades themselves. It's not ideal, but it's not the worst thing either. Dude, it is 185 to 122 supply. Mini is crushing through. Consume is not done researching. There's no way to speed it up. I'm sure Queen would pay resources to make that happen, but by golly, that would break the game. Actually, hold on. No real advancing for a couple seconds here. It's like the Russia-Ukraine war, man. No advancement at all for the last several months from either side. It's such a stalemate. Huh. All right. Well, look, this base being alive. I'm really shocked that Mini has not sent down, like, 2 Zealots to ruin this, or 2 Zealots over here to ruin this. He does not think he's got Queen contained on 3 bases. Tell me that's not true. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh no. What? Oh, okay. He's gonna kill him now. But also he's worried about this little push still. But seriously. Okay. And how do you defend yourself against Lings if you're a High Templar? That's right. You storm them right to death. It's pretty easy, actually. Another great storm. But once again, it's a storm that isn't hitting Hydras. Lings are okay with that. Oh, that High Templar busting out that right side. Archon in. Not getting surrounded, therefore being very awesome. Okay, so Mini hangs onto this base. Those Lings are trying to take a sneaky path up to wipe it out. But they could not get there because they got distracted by the High Templar, and then maybe they killed 2 of them, but I don't know if it was really worth it in the long run. I guess every High Templar dead is a good High Templar dead from a Zerg perspective. Yes, yes. I'm not sure if that was a check for the center or what, but seriously, Queen is not invested in any static defense at all at the 6 o'clock. And this bottom right corner base has a creep at it, but not upgraded. The Plague's on the way. Ooh, DTs and shuttles being added in. What did I say about shuttling attacks over to this base from the main? That's why this is being sunkened up with an Overlord, is because DT attacks are pretty common in that position. If you're playing against a Protoss anyway. More consume. This is a... You know, plaguing it would be pretty good. If it's a big stacked up gateway heavy army. Plague's always awesome. Okay, every base but the center one's been taken now. And it's Heartbreak Ridge. There aren't 1,000 places to expand, which is why these games do not tend to go super long. The base mines out, or the map mines out pretty darn quickly. And there's your Plague. Ooh! Sick Plague. Very, very worth it there. Plus, I think the Defiler lived. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that's his blood splatter. Blood splatter analysis. Dud Defiler. But look at this. 59 drones. I know it's 58 probes, but oof. Zerg player pretty happy about this, except for the fact that he's on equal base count as soon as this thing comes up. And being on equal base count, even if you have 60, 65 workers, is not going to work out for you in the long run because Storm is incredibly cost efficient. DT getting down at the 6 o'clock would be sick, but he's heading to the bottom right corner instead, where he is going to take some sunken hits immediately. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he killed a drone. Not worth. Not worth at all. Metasynaptic node coming in from Queen. I'm curious where these shuttles are going to go. you guys have upgrades yet? Good. 2 Carapace and +1 attack. All right. You've been doing work on the upgrade front. So now the army is positioning itself to defend against the incoming Ling attack at the 12 o'clock base. So the Lings are like, fine, we'll engage. Let's go. And another sick plague comes down. More consume on Lings. They're getting stormed anyways. Pretty awesome. Second plague, also very good. Defiler, no. But this, it's just so tough to deal with your units when they're plagued. Because they're taking up supply, but they are permanently so much squishier. Because, again, shields take full damage from everything. And if all your HP is gone, you're a billion times squishier than you normally would be with that full HP and full shield. I mean, not so much that 6 Hydras can ruin your day, but, you know. Where'd those 3 shuttles go? I saw you trying to unload inside the main base of Queen here, and great success. No static defense. Oh, there's 2 Sunkens. I'm a liar. 2 Sunkens, but Archons with +3 attack. Pretty good against Sunkens. Big chunky damage there, huh? Yeah, man. Okay, full surround of Lings with Hydra support. Archon dead. 3 Archons together. A little dicier for sure. We got a storm drop attempted down here, but sure, we'll storm kill 3 of those drones. Good evac on any workers that were there. I guess there's no minerals, so I'm not sure why they'd be evac'd. Well, they are. They're right here. Neat. Did he pick up and save those Archons? It's another plague. All right. So look, Queen knows what's up here. Queen knows that plague is going to be the answer to this gateway heavy army. He's also extremely worried about the fact that he is on even base count right now. It's 54 to 58 workers. Protoss cost efficiency is going to be through the roof with as soon as their upgrades, especially as their upgrades continue to increase here. And the Zerg's going to have a really hard time winning this game economically. Okay, well, map split in half. Heartbreak Ridge, we are expecting that. Reavers on the way. Every Protoss fan watching the game is very excited about the Reavers being added into late game PvZ. Mini knows how to use them. Mini will not skip Reaver most of the time. Oh, nice feedback on that Defiler. That was a pretty sick maneuver. And, oh, try to drop in here. Did a shuttle get sniped by Scourge? I don't know. Another sick plague. And Archon sniping that Hydralisk den very quickly with a bunch of Zealots on support, too. This is shuttling more stuff into the main base. Queen's Nest gonna die. Man, I would really focus the Defiler mound, but oh, there we go. Now focusing the Defiler mound. Queen is in a bad way, friends. He just lost 3 major tech buildings for the price of 1 drop here. I mean, it's a lot of investment. This is a lot of Zealot Archon, but Zealot Archon against Ling is not even fair. The Hydras are the answer to this whole darn thing, and a few of them do manage to show up. Oh, gotta kite him a little bit, though. Archon down, 9 kill Archon down. Ooh, and that one starts coming in and gets completely wiped out. Hydras dancing around on the other side of the map, catching a High Templar. Oh gosh, another one. Ah, 3 straight High Templar snipes. Whoa, that was amazing. I don't know, man. Does Mini want to take this center base? Another plague comes down. I don't know. I don't know if anybody wants to try and take this center the way this game is going. Yeah, man. 171 to 179 supply. Queen's down to 34 drones after all the aggression that's been going on here. But it does allow him to get more army supply, but he doesn't have a huge bank either. Where do you want to go? There are Reavers at this top left. So let's go 12 o'clock with this attack. And a Dark Swarm unnecessary. Not enough cannons or anything really to stop this. Sniping probes the Hydras. I thought they'd... Oh, another sick Maelstrom Storm combo. Dude, Dark Archon's getting some serious work today. Meanwhile, Zealots, I guess, got dropped down here. Spore might have taken down the shuttle. That's why they're so mad and taking that Spore colony down. Oh, wow. And a save on the 12 o'clock Nexus with 71 HP. No, that is so easily snipeable. Here goes everything. Dark Swarm pop. Burrow in. Yeah, that's an abandoned Nexus for sure. So 12 o'clock Nexus dies. Queen kind of needed this. I mean, the Reavers are going to, ow, really specifically deal, ow. That's the other thing. Dark Swarm against Reaver is garbage. Useless garbage. So that's why Storm is better than Dark Swarm. There is no composition that Storm is bad against. Nice surround on that Reaver. He survives the onslaught, though. Oh, more drops. Oh, just checking to make sure there's not, I guess, any Dark Templar down there. I don't know. Suddenly it's 180 to 115 supply. That might have been a last hurrah for Queen. Try to wipe this base out. He didn't, but no, this would be a last hurrah. These guys have 3/3 yet? No. +1 attack, +3 armor, and Adrenal is still pretty good. Now look. Yeah, he's going to flood them over to this third base of minis. These Lings are like, we don't know what we're doing, guys, but the Reavers come in to save the day. Oh, the connections are so good. The Reaver connections are sick, but this top left base, they're okay. Reaver down. Ow. Lings trying to come at it from different angles, forcing it to retreat. Nice hit. But the Reaver dies. The cannons are dying. The High Templar has 16 kills. But is it enough to save this base? The answer is yes. The cannon's putting in some serious work there. It's 181 to 78 supply. This base gets saved. This base gets saved. Mini knows how to defend against incoming swarm attacks. Of course he does. Oh, he storms his own probes. No. No. That's not what you want. The Lings are desperately trying to finish off this Nexus, but it has, like, all of its HP. It's kind of on fire, but, like, nothing to worry about, I would say. Scourge. I guess checking for shuttles or something. Dude, Queen is being super active with his Lings, but I don't think he's getting a ton of value for them. That's largely the problem that we're running into here today, is a value conditional problem. Yeah, man. That's a 100 supply advantage right now for Queen. I do not see a world in which, or sorry, for Mini against Queen. Don't see a world in which the third player gets a win here. Mini's just got all of the ingredients. The Archons, the Zealots, the High Templar, the Dragoons. Not as many Dragoons, obviously, with the Dark Swarm around, but the Reavers. Did I mention the Reavers? The Reavers are the thing that pulls the rest of the meal together. Yeah, this is Queen just like desperately trying to find somewhere his Lings can get value without having to engage with all of this, because all of this is bad. Look at him just shuttling the Reavers in to save this base. No big deal. No biggie. Dark Swarm, but look at these Zealots. Look at these Zealots and the Archons just dealing with it. Everything inside the Dark Swarm dies because it is not good against a Zealot, Archon, Reaver, High Templar combination. Just isn't. Dark Swarm is really, really very good. Tier S level spell, but there are things it is bad against. Again, whereas Psionic Storm is always good against everything in every matchup. There's nothing you can do in a game where it's like, I wish I didn't get so much so much Psionic Storm. Yeah, that's your GG. We're done. Good plays. That's it. Queen taps out, and Mini is our winner. Wow. That was fantastic. What a man, beautiful, beautiful PVZ display there for Mini. But what else do we expect? It's Mini we're dealing with today. Right? Yeah, I mean, we've cast a lot of PVZs that are kind of just like this, you know? Just the Protoss working on being harassing, trying to keep the Zerg player down a bit, just trying to get up to this ultimate end game composition of Archon, Zealot, High Templar, maybe a Dark Archon in there, and Reaver. Ultras aren't good against this. Mutas aren't good against this. Guardians might kind of work against this, but you've got the High Templar with the Storm, which are great against Guardians, you know? Because they're so slow and squishy. Look at this. Trying to take the center queen. One last desperate chance, but at 31 drones at this stage of the game with 60 total supply, it's not happening. Protoss army just outside. Just killed your entire army and is going to wander down and wipe this out next. So, wow. That was good. Good drops, too, honestly. Great drops for Mini. Let's not forget those. 248,000 points and 216,000 points. 170. Let's just go here. 7-to-1 kill death ratio for Mini is bananas. Got outproduced 4-to-1, but a 7-to-1 or a 7-to-2 kill death ratio outdoes that every day of the week. Dude. It was a lot of lings, but still. And, oh, this is a problem. Yeah, the other problem is half of the map was taken by Mini, half of it was by Queen. The resources spent here actually outspending Queen today was Mini, which is almost a cheat code you win type of a thing, you know? That's all it is. It's a cheat code. If you can outspend your Zerg opponent in 28 minutes especially, guess what you're going to do? You're going to win. You're going to win. Queen. That's the thing is, I just don't know. The answer to that particular setup is to have way more economy than your Protoss enemy does. That's it. The answer is outspend them by a chunk. By 10, 15, 20,000 resources in 30 minutes. And then you can do it. It's tough. We've seen it done, but it's tough. All right. So fantastic display there for Mini, and that's going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.